The day we got engaged, everything exploded. We had a huge argument, and I thought that was the end of it. But later, my fiancée Willow surprised me. She softened up, acted sweet and playful, doing everything she could to ease the tension. For a moment, I believed she just wanted us to make up, the way couples do, fight and then patch things up quickly. But then, she dropped a bomb. She asked if her childhood friend Makoto could join us on our honeymoon. She said he was struggling with depression and needed care and companionship. She said life mattered more than a vacation, and that I should understand it was just a honeymoon after all. Why couldn't I give a little? You'd think I would have exploded, lashed out, said something cruel, but I didn't. I felt nothing. I smiled politely, stood up, and gently walked her to the door. Don't forget sunscreen, I reminded her. Take a hat and a parasol, it's cold these days. Be safe. She hugged me tightly. George, you're the best, she said with a grin. I'll definitely make it up to you when I come back. But what she didn't realize was when the pain hits a certain threshold, you stop feeling angry. You just laugh, and you let go. The Liu Corporation? It's already dying, and I think I'll let it fall. That morning, she looked stunning. Red dress, sheer stockings, sitting on top of me like nothing had happened. Her legs brushed against my skin, and for a second, I almost responded. But I stopped myself before I could even touch her. She pulled back, clearly flustered. Her face looked off. Guilty. There's someone I need to check on, she said. A friend. He's been down lately. The doctor suggested a little trip. Then she added, almost reluctantly, it's Makoto, her childhood friend. The same guy whose name caused nearly every fight we had in the past year. He had depression, she always said. Needed her care. He'd allegedly tried to kill himself a dozen times, but somehow always bounced back just fine. The guy who, on our engagement day, called her crying. She left our guests, our families, to go comfort him. Now I understood the real reason behind her morning sweetness. It was a setup, a way to get out the door smoothly. I didn't argue. You should go, I said calmly. Be careful, she blinked, shocked. I never reacted this way when Makoto came up. But she didn't overthink it. She smiled brightly, assuming her charms had worked. It'll be just 3 months, she said casually. 3 months? Our honeymoon wasn't even supposed to be that long. I had wanted to talk things through today, really. Figure things out. Either fix us or walk away clean. But now, I didn't need the conversation. Remember your sunscreen, I said again, with a smile. She nodded eagerly. Hubby, do I look good today? You look beautiful, I said. She beamed, kissed me on the cheek, but I stopped her gently. Don't smudge your lipstick, I said. She giggled like a schoolgirl, tapping my chest. Why are you being so nice today? When I get back, I'll make it up to you for everything, including the engagement party. I just smiled. Didn't say a word. She took it as a yes. We walked out together, me pulling her suitcase, her holding my arm. From the outside, we looked like the perfect couple heading off on their honeymoon. But I knew her happiness wasn't about me. The elevator doors opened, and there he was. Makoto, dressed neatly, holding roses. Like he was there to propose. She clutched my arm tighter, face full of excitement and nerves. Her eyes sparkled. She never looked at me like that. Quick, she said. Give me the suitcase. I don't want Makoto to see you carrying it. It might upset him. I handed it over. She leaned in to kiss me again, and I stopped her again. She grinned, carefree. I'll make it up to you when I get back, she said once more, then ran straight into Makoto's arms. Watching them walk away together, I felt nothing. No jealousy, no pain, just peace. If she's mine, I'll cherish her. If not, I'll let her go, but I won't wait anymore. When I got back to the apartment we had set up for married life, it was quiet. I looked around, and memories flashed like a slideshow until it stopped on her running toward Makoto. I shook my head and pushed it all out of my mind. While packing, something struck me. Every single item in this home was placed by me. She hadn't added a single thing. Not one photo frame, not one touch of hers. I took only my luggage. Had someone send her things back to her old apartment. Left the rest of the place to a real estate agency. Back in college, I had fallen hard for her. She didn't like me much then. I chased her, spent money, did everything I could to win her over. Eventually, she agreed to date me, not out of love, but convenience. Even my family didn't support the relationship, but they respected my choice. But on our engagement day, just after a phone call, she left. Makoto was about to end it all, she said. She ran off, leaving me alone in front of everyone. I stayed behind and handled everything. Called her dozens of times. No response. She came home the next afternoon. When I expressed how hurt I was, she cut me off and scolded me. Makoto has depression. What if something happened? Can you take that responsibility? That was when I finally believed everything her best friend Sophia had told me. The photos, the messages, the look in Willow's eyes when she was with Makoto. It wasn't sympathy. It was love. Her love wasn't mine to keep. So I stopped trying. I stayed silent. That silence drove her mad. She screamed, smashed the apartment I had built piece by piece, then cried alone, believing I would still come to comfort her, like always. But I didn't, and that's when I knew I was finally free. In the past, every time we fought, I'd cave. I'd apologize, sometimes with words, sometimes with expensive jewelry, handbags, anything I thought would fix things. But this time, I didn't do any of that. I just sat there and watched her destroy the apartment I'd spent years building. Watched her cry like the victim. Then I calmly picked up my phone charger and laptop bag, walked into the guest room, locked the door, and slept like a baby. That night was one of the best I'd had in years. Deep, uninterrupted, peaceful sleep. And something in me changed. I knew from that day forward I'd never lose sleep over her again. The next morning, she tried to tease me awake like nothing happened. But the moment I opened my eyes, I knew what was coming. She had something to ask. Something selfish, dressed up to look like compromise. Sure enough, she wanted to take a 3-month trip with Makoto, her childhood friend. She made it sound like she was doing charity work, like I should be proud to let her go while she played nurse to someone who, frankly, seemed more like a manipulator than a patient. I didn't argue. Just called to let her know I had her stuff moved back to her old apartment. Before I could finish, she snapped. Breathless, impatient, and clearly busy, her voice hissed through the phone. Are you insane, George? I told you I'm busy. What the hell do you want? If you're redecorating, do it yourself. Don't bother me for the next 3 months, or I'll divorce you. She hung up. I smiled. Divorce? We weren't even legally married yet. No need for the drama. At most, this was just a breakup. After officially resigning from my job at her father's company, I stepped outside into the clear blue sky. I felt free. I had finally broken free of the city that had trapped me for 5 years. If it hadn't been for Willow, I'd have left after college, either gone back home to take over the family business or built something of my own somewhere else. But she had insisted I work at her father's company. Said it would help win his favor so we could eventually go public with our relationship. That experience, she promised, lasted half a decade, 5 years, earning 4,500 yuan a month when I could have made 10 times that elsewhere. All for a girl who never planned to fight for me, even when my team's project earned huge profits and my manager nominated me for the biggest raise. She blew up, publicly accused the manager of favoritism. When I confronted her, she snapped, just because we're together doesn't mean you deserve special treatment. You want a raise? Earn it, don't act like a leech. I said nothing. I worked harder. Thought if I just proved myself, she'd see, but then she brought Makoto into the company. Within 2 months, her father promoted him to vice president. That's when it all clicked. She was never fighting for me. She didn't care. At the airport, as I wheeled my suitcase toward the gate, I ran into her. She was holding Makoto's jacket. That alone told me everything. I ignored them and kept walking, but she rushed over and blocked my path. George, what are you doing here? Did you force Bingbing to tell you where I was again? She was yelling, drawing attention. I rubbed my temples. I quit my job, I said, looking for something new. She shrieked, quit? What? ZX Tech wasn't paying you enough. I almost laughed. The irony. Makoto piped in, Willow, maybe George is just jealous because you're spending so much time with me. Then, smugly, who leaves ZX Tech? Most people would kill to work there. Willow nodded. George, you're being so childish. How many times do I have to tell you Makoto is sick? Try showing some empathy for once. I stayed calm. Why are you still here? Didn't you have a flight this morning? She looked a bit flustered. Makoto answered for her. I didn't pack properly. Willow helped me, so we missed the flight. But she booked a private jet. It's all good. I nodded. Oh, got that. Cleared fast then. I turned to go, but Willow grabbed my arm again. Are you really in such a rush to get rid of me? Where are you going, huh? Off to find some side chick while I'm gone. I stared at her. She was the one flying off with another man. The one who ditched me at our engagement. The one who ran when things got real. I said, I'm going back to the capital. Gonna catch up with my brothers. Her grip loosened. I gently removed her hand. Sophia, her best friend, suddenly stepped in, smiling sweetly. Don't worry, Willow. Wang Ji is just meeting some friends. Let's not overthink it. Our plane is ready. Willow's face softened. She tugged Makoto's arm, and they walked off together. She looked over her shoulder and called back to me, George, don't mess around too much, okay? When you're back, I'll ask my dad to give you a raise and a better position. I nearly burst out laughing. I had brought more value to that company than she ever realized, secured deal after deal, largely thanks to my background. If I walked away now, the whole thing might collapse. Let her figure that out the hard way. When I landed in the capital, the first thing I saw was Makoto's social media post, a photo of him and Willow holding hands, fingers tightly intertwined. The caption, wherever people in love go, happiness follows. I got a message from Sophia too. Wang Ji, now that you're back in the capital, just relax and enjoy. The sunshine in City C isn't the same as the one here. She added a selfie early. Morning sunlight glowing on her face. I just replied, looks great. Back in the capital, I sat down with my family. We talked, cleared the air. They gave me space to recover, and I finally let myself live, fishing during the day, drinking, gaming, and laughing with my brothers at night. I hadn't felt this alive in years. I remembered one time, after a fight with Willow, I bought her a limited edition Chanel Snow White bag, 150,000 yuans. She sold it to a second-hand shop the next day. 150K couldn't buy a smile from her, but now? 2 crates of Armand de Brignac at a bar barely cost that much, and I was treated like royalty. It was funny. Life was hard when I loved Willow, but now that I didn't, everything was easy. Chapter 5, Ghosts from the Past. Makoto's social media was full of him and Willow traveling, dining, posing together, hand in hand, leaving their love story scribbled across every photo. His comments section was a circus of praises and envy. Such a perfect couple. When's the wedding? At first, some of my old colleagues would tag me under those posts, leaving awkward, half-hearted blessings. But as time passed, even they stopped. I noticed something else too. Willow would like the posts. She never corrected anyone or explained that we were once engaged. Nothing. She used to say we had to keep our relationship secret, so no one would think I got my job through favoritism. Even after planning a wedding and holding an engagement party, I remained her invisible boyfriend, but now she was proudly displaying Makoto like a trophy, watching from the sidelines. I had to laugh. If not for the metaphorical green hat sitting firmly on my head, I might have rooted for them myself. Childhood sweethearts reunited, overcoming the odds. What a lovely story. Except, I was the ugly footnote. 5 years of effort erased. Like a bad edit. Fortunately, the bars in the capital were full of charm. The girls were stunning, lively, and warm, some even blocking drinks for me or letting me win games just to keep me smiling. Even when I wasn't partying, life threw pleasant surprises my way. I met friendly strangers while fishing, while jogging. Everyone treated me with more kindness than Willow ever had. A whole month passed. She didn't message once, and neither did I after I removed our chat from the pinned list. I couldn't even remember where the window had gone. Then, suddenly, the messages started. George, have you eaten yet? When you come home, I want to eat that spicy crayfish you make. George, I'm so annoyed. My dad wants me to return to work. Can you come back and help me deal with it? Every ping made me more indifferent. I turned on Do Not Disturb and went about my life. Her sweetness eventually turned into irritation and then full-on insults. Even reading her messages started to feel like a chore. Good thing Do Not Disturb mode exists. During my so-called vacation, I wasn't just partying. I had been quietly informing the partners who had supported Liu Corporation for my sake that they could stop doing business with them. No drama, no abrupt exits, just a slow, clean detachment. Half a month into my return to the family business, I was buried in work. My family handed me a small company to manage. I was technically a CEO now. But unlike those romance novels, where CEOs spend half the day dating, I was working 14-hour days and basically living at the office. One night, completely exhausted, I finally lay down on the tiny sofa in my office. Just as I closed my eyes, my phone buzzed. It was a voice call from Willow. Still half asleep, I answered without thinking. I just landed, she said, her voice bossy and entitled. Be home in an hour. I want spicy crayfish on the table. It was past midnight. I stared at the screen, stunned. Are you crazy? Then I hung up, blocked her, deleted the contact, the whole deal. She called again. New number. Blocked that too. 10 minutes later, another message. You really blocked me. If you don't apologize in 10 minutes, I'm divorcing you. Divorce? We weren't even married. I rolled my eyes and blocked that number too. Right as I was drifting off again, my phone rang. Makoto's number. I picked up, curious, but it was Willow on the other end, crying. George, why did you sell the house? You promised. You said you'd never leave me. I froze. I thought I was hallucinating. Who is this? I asked. Almost genuinely confused, her voice cracked. It's me, Willow. Where are you? Have you been drinking? I'm fine, but seriously calling me at M to sob about a house? That house was mine. I paid for it. You don't get a say in what I do with it. I hung up, powered off the phone, then slept like a rock. At 7:30 a.m., my alarm went off. I had both a phone alarm and an old-school mechanical one, just to be safe. At 10 a.m., I heard Anna, my assistant, open the door. She walked in with a cheerful voice. Good morning, President Wang. Today's breakfast, quail egg buns, tomato and mushroom soup, yam and pork congee, and your 7 steep jasmine black coffee. Anna had been assigned to me by the group, a reliable assistant, and technically also part babysitter according to my father's plan. She rotated shifts with David, another assistant, helping me manage both work and life. This week, Anna handled meals. I took a bite of the bun. Your mom's cooking is seriously amazing, she grinned. Glad you like it. Makes the breakfast bonus totally worth it. After some banter, she handed me my tablet, a full day's worth of meetings and tasks. I sighed. This was what being a real CEO looked like, drowning in responsibility. Bym. The office was buzzing. I was mid-sip of coffee when the door flew open. The receptionist chased behind someone. Sorry, President Wang. I couldn't stop her. I waved her off. There she was, Willow, standing in my office. Hair messy, eyes red from crying, and looking completely worn out. She had come all the way here. It takes at least 6 hours by high-speed train, 4 by the fastest flight, which meant she'd taken the earliest one. I said nothing. She stood there, tears streaming. Do you know how long I searched for you? I asked all your friends before someone finally told me you'd gone back to the capital. Why did you leave without saying anything? Do you know how worried I was? I raised an eyebrow. I told you at the airport a month ago I was leaving. You were there, remember? She blinked. But you asked my friends? Which one ratted me out? She looked hurt. That's what you think. That telling me where you were is ratting you out. I shrugged. Where's Makoto? Just then, he stormed in perfect timing. He looked furious. George, do you have any idea how worried Willow was when you disappeared? Is this how you treat your wife? You even sold the wedding house. Now she has nowhere to stay. Everyone in the office froze. Ears perked. The gossip train had arrived. I laughed. Stepping forward slowly, calm and unfazed. Makoto, first of all, we're not married. Never registered, never will. So don't go around calling her my wife and damaging my reputation. And that house, I paid for it. Every cent. If I want to sell it, I don't need either of your permission. Makoto shouted, but you were engaged. I looked him dead in the eye, smiled, and took another step closer. I looked down at him coldly. Engaged? You mean during the engagement party where you faked a suicide attempt? Willow left all the guests behind to rush to you. Then you two went off on some honeymoon trip. So tell me, who was I actually engaged to? You used depression as a cover-up, acted like you were going to kill yourself dozens of times, and yet here you are, alive and well. Honestly, thank you. If you hadn't caused all that drama, I might have really ended up marrying Willow. Then what? A divorce a few years down the line? Makoto had no comeback. Willow's face went pale. I kept going, voice cold. And now that we've broken up, didn't I clear the path for you two? You already had your little getaway together. Still can't get her to marry you? Maybe the problem isn't me, maybe it's just you. That hit a nerve. Makoto lunged at me, fist flying. But Anna moved faster, grabbing his wrist and slamming him to the floor. No wonder my dad picked her as my assistant. Quick reflexes, no hesitation. Willow rushed to help him. George, are you seriously going to let your assistant beat him up? Hands in my pockets, I looked down at them and then turned to Anna. Nice work. You've earned a bonus. Didn't you say you liked that new Chanel bag Liu Ji posted about? I'll have it sent to you this afternoon. Her eyes lit up. Seriously, President Wang? You're the best. My lucky god of wealth. The way she said it, all sweet and exaggerated, gave me goosebumps. But to Willow, it meant something else entirely. She shoved Makoto aside and screamed at me. George, who is she? I knew it. You found someone else while I was away, didn't you? She made a move toward Anna, but I stepped in front of her. My dad said Anna was sharp and tough. Didn't realize she could act too. You done losing your mind now? You're the one who cheated. Don't try to act like some victim. Anna is my assistant. It's literally her job to handle crap like this. Don't twist it, but the words special assistant stuck in her mind like a thorn. Oh, so now you're defending her because she works for you. I didn't hold back anymore. Willow, what kind of chaos are you trying to cause first thing Monday morning? Anna's my assistant. I'm her boss. Of course I'll protect her. But you two barging in here, do I need to call security? Or are you capable of walking out on your own? She froze. She never expected I'd talk to her like that. I used to tiptoe around her, do whatever she wanted because I loved her. But after all the hurt, I was done. She shouted again, voice cracking. You're just protecting her because you're sleeping with her. I took out my phone and pulled up Makoto's social feed. For the past month, he's been posting about the two of you. Look at all the lovey-dovey nonsense you shared. Take a good look. Everyone at ZX Tech thinks you two are perfect together. I forwarded the posts to her one by one. Did you think of me even once while you were cheating? Or was I just your personal ATM? Willow panicked, turning to Makoto. I told you to block him. Why didn't you? Anna rolled her eyes. Wow, two-faced and shameless. You chased our president all the way here to throw a tantrum? Ever heard of shame? The office staff, now watching everything, started whispering, isn't she the daughter of ZX's president? What kind of upbringing is that? Let's never work with them. Way too much drama, cheating, and still acting like the victim. Gross. Just leave already. You're ruining the vibe. Red in the face and drowning in embarrassment, Willow fled the office. Makoto scrambled after her, yelling, Willow, wait! I didn't mean to. Once they were gone, I turned to my team. Sorry you had to witness that soap opera first thing in the morning. Lunch and bubble tea's on me today. Anna will cover the tab. Get whatever you want. The office erupted in cheers. Nothing like gossip and a free meal to start the day. Later, back in my office, Anna continued her update. I sent her the bonus I promised and pulled up the handbag she liked. This the one? She peeked at it and smiled. Honestly, maybe just send me the cash. Even a third of it's fine. I laughed. Don't girls love bags? She shook her head. I'm your assistant. I carry your laptop and paperwork. That tiny thing won't hold anything useful. Waste of money. She was serious. So I transferred her the full price, 80,000 yuan. Take care of the taxes yourself and go follow up with ZX's partners. Her eyes lit up. So, we're finally going after the Liu family? I raised an eyebrow. We're not nuking a mosquito, Anna. Just stir things up. Make life inconvenient for them. Let them struggle. No need for all-out war. Anna noted everything carefully. Then she paused. President Wang, are you absolutely sure? Back when I worked for your father, he always praised your sense of fairness. If we do this, ZX might I cut her off. Willow just called you a homewrecker, and you're worried about her? She shook her head. I'm just saying, this is a point of no return. I understood what she meant. She was afraid I'd change my mind and get back with Willow, and she'd end up in the crossfire. I get it. But no, that chapter's closed. I'm not that forgiving. Anna had been with us since she was a teenager. Smart, capable, loyal. She turned down better jobs just to stay and repay our family. I trusted her completely, so I told her everything about Willow. All the pain, all the regret. She listened quietly, then finally said, sounds like she regrets it now. I was silent. Some mirrors, once broken, can't be fixed. Anna nodded. Glad you've made up your mind. Yeah, just make sure those to head back to City A and stay there. I don't want to see my walking regret again. She grinned. Got it, boss. Oh, and don't forget your 10:30 meeting. I'll handle the rest. Bye. That afternoon, she told me Willow and Makoto had already flown back. The next 3 months were peaceful. The company was stable, business was booming, and with Anna and David supporting me, I finally didn't have to sleep in the office anymore. After the company celebration, David took the team to a karaoke bar to keep the party going. I'd had one too many toasts, so I called it a night early. Anna offered to drive me home. Once we reached the villa, she parked and helped me out of the car. I was still a little buzzed, but as I reached the front door, I noticed someone standing there. My vision was blurry from the alcohol, so Anna leaned in and whispered, "It's Miss Liu." I squinted. "Liu? Which client has that last name again?" Then I heard a voice. "George, it's me, Willow." Anna held onto my arm, clearly unimpressed. "Your ex-mistake, sir," Willow immediately snapped. "You bitch! What kind of crap are you putting in George's head?" Her words sobered me instantly. My voice turned cold. "What are you doing here, Willow?" For the past 3 months, Anna had, with my quiet permission, made life a nightmare for Liu Corporation. I expected anger, accusations, but instead, Willow's eyes lingered on Anna, holding on to me. Her tone softened. "George, can we talk? Just the two of us. There's nothing left to say." Her face fell. "It shouldn't have ended like this. It wasn't supposed to. Where's Makoto?" I asked flatly. She froze at the name. I loosened my tie and tossed it to Anna. "He took ZX's shares, ZX's money, and launched his own company, one that just happens to look exactly like ZX's. And now that company's coming back to bite you. You let him leech off of ZX all this time and said nothing. Worse, you helped him." Willow reached for my hand, but Anna stepped in and blocked her. "Miss Liu, have some dignity," Willow snapped. "Who the hell do you think you are, stepping between me and my husband?" Anna didn't flinch. "Husband? Where's the marriage certificate? Because as far as I know, he's my boss, my personal god of fortune." Willow had no response to that, because the truth was, we were never married. Not on paper. Just a long, drawn-out heartbreak, but Anna wasn't done. She looked Willow up and down. "Miss Liu, rushing over here, what is this? Trying to rekindle something? Or just hoping he'll take you back now that you realize how rich he is? You had it all, and you threw it away. Now you come crawling back like nothing happened. Please, a man like him? There's a whole line of women hoping to get his attention. I'm being polite. Don't push your luck." Willow didn't even seem to hear her anymore. She shouted, "You're just jealous. You love him, don't you? But he's always loved me, always." Then she started listing everything I'd done for her, the gifts, the sacrifices, the sweet memories. It was strange hearing it all out loud like that. Not emotional, just absurd. I thought about how hard my parents had tried to talk me out of that relationship. Back then, I thought they didn't understand me. Now, I think they showed remarkable restraint by not slapping some sense into me. Anna stayed quiet while Willow went on. Then, finally, she said, "If you really cared about him, then why did it end like this?" Willow had no answer. Anna continued, calm and sharp. "My boss gave you everything, and you walked away like it meant nothing. You never deserved him." Willow looked like she'd been hit by a truck. Her voice dropped to a whisper. "George, is what she said true?" I nodded. "Anna's just saying what everyone else already sees. The only one who didn't was you. That was it." I walked past her and into the house. Anna followed, closing the door behind us. Willow didn't leave. She sat outside on the gravel path all night. The next morning, while I was eating breakfast, Anna came back in. She'd gone outside to speak with Willow, who was still sitting there. "She's gone now," Anna said. I raised an eyebrow. "How'd you manage that?" I told her. "President Wang doesn't like women who are weak and useless, and that if she didn't leave, Makoto would bleed ZX dry. That did it." I laughed. Anna really knew how to hit where it hurt. From that moment, Willow was out of my life. Maybe she gave up. Maybe Anna's words cut too deep. Either way, I finally had peace, and with that peace came a promise I owed Anna. A while back, she had messaged me out of the blue. "George, it's been a long time." "It's already been 8 years since we last met," I replied. "Anna, my dad sent you to assist me. Can't believe he let someone like you come work under me." "Then, President Wang, are you ready to return to the head office?" "Of course I am." "Then promise me something." "What do you want?" She sent back, "I'll slay demons for you, just be my god of wealth." And I answered, "Deal." From now on, we buy 2 hams, one to eat, one to stomp on just for fun.